Hey, well, as a student, today we continue the chapter Why Do We Fall? In this chapter today we discuss about the infectious diseases. Infectious, it means the diseases which transfer from diseased person to healthy person. Such diseases are called infectious diseases. In these diseases, the pathogens are responsible for the causing of the disease. It means the disease causing organism are called the pathogens. तो यहाँ पर पैथोजन कौन कौन से होंगे उस चीज को हम डिस्कस करेंगे पहले. तो पैथोजन बेसिकली यहाँ पर सबसे फर्स्ट ग्रुप हम बोल सकते हैं बैक्टीरिया. वी कॉल इट द बैक्टीरिया. बैक्टीरिया क्या होते हैं सबसे पहली बात. सो बैक्टीरिया आर द लिविंग बीइंग विच आर यूनिसेल्युलर एंड prokaryotic in the nature. These living beings causes the disease in human beings. For example, Vibrio cholerae, these bacteria causes the cholera in the human beings. So the bacterial pathogen which cause the disease, we call them bacterial diseases. So examples of the bacterial diseases is cholera. Cholera disease is caused by the Vibrio cholerae bacteria. Another disease of bacterial disease, that is the typhoid. Typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi, tetanus. These all are the examples of bacterial diseases. Now, next group of pathogen which cause the disease, we call them virus. Virus are the connecting link between living and non-living thing. They are the connecting link between living and non-living things. Viruses are the structures which having the ribonucleoprotein or protein in their structure. They having the outermost layer, we call them, or outermost structure, we call them capsid. It is made up of capsomere. This is the structure of a bacteriophage. This bacteriophage having the tail-like structure here, and it having a genetic material in its center. So this genetic material is either DNA or RNA. DNA is the deoxyribonucleic acid or RNA ribose nucleic acid. Mainly DNA. In animal viruses, DNA acts as a genetic material. Genetic material means the molecule which carry the hereditary information. In the case of viruses, the DNA or RNA is responsible for the disease causing in living beings. So the molecule which is responsible for the disease, that is the DNA or RNA. Now this outermost layer we call it the capsid, and capsid is made up of capsomeres. Capsomeres क्या होंगे? Capsomeres प्रोटीन के यूनिट्स होती हैं, प्रोटीन के बने हुए मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं जिनसे कैप्सिड की फॉर्मेशन होती है. So some viral diseases are common cold, very common disease in living beings or in humans, that is the common cold. Second disease in human beings, that is the mumps, polio. These diseases are caused by viruses. Another group of organisms which cause the disease, that is the Protozoa. Protozoa is the third group which cause the disease in living beings. Protozoa are the eukaryotic cells. They are the unicellular eukaryote. Unicellular eukaryote. In the case of unicellular eukaryotic, it means these cells or these living beings having the well-developed nucleus, well-developed nucleus or nuclear organization in these living beings. For example, malaria. Malaria is the disease which is caused by the protozoa or malarial parasites. Malarial parasite is Plasmodium. The Plasmodium which cause the disease, we call the malarial disease. This Plasmodium is the endoparasite of human being, or it is the parasite of RBCs. It living in the RBC and causes the disease, we call it the malarial disease. Another, sleeping sickness. It is also caused by a protozoan. Sleeping sickness. Now another group of pathogen which cause the disease, that is the fungi. Fungi are the eukaryotic living being or living organism which cause the disease in human beings. Fungi having the plant body, we call it the mycelium. These myceliums are made up of hyphae or hypa. The fungi which cause the disease in human being, example is Aspergillus. Aspergillus cause the disease, we call it the aspergillosis. Another athlete foot disease, ringworm. These all diseases are caused by the fungi in human beings. Why we categorize the diseases in different groups? The diseases are categorized to prevention the diseases. So categorization of diseases for their treatment and their cure. So how we can treat the disease? The bacterial diseases are treated with the help of antibiotics. What are the antibiotics? Antibiotics are the drugs or medicines which we obtain from microbes. Drugs or medicines which we obtain from the microbes. These antibiotics kill the pathogen through three pathways. The first process or first steps through which they can kill the pathogen. That is, these antibiotics stop the formation of cell wall in the bacteria. Formation of cell wall. Second is they stop the DNA replication. Stop the process of DNA replication. And third step is the antibiotic which stop the translation process or protein synthesis. In the case of viral diseases, the infected cell produce a specific type of proteins against viral infection. It's called interferon. So the interferon are the molecule which are prepared by the cell against the viral disease. So the living cell can fight against the viruses. The body produces some specific type of molecules, we call them antibodies, which are produced against the diseases. So in our body, the antibodies are produced by the B lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are the WBCs or type of the WBCs, and B lymphocyte are the another type of lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are two types. First we call them T lymphocyte, another is we call them B lymphocyte. So we discuss here about the B lymphocytes. B lymphocytes are the WBCs or types of WBCs which produce the antibodies to kill the germs or pathogens. These antibodies kill the pathogens or stop their growth. So these antibodies are produced inside the body from WBCs. So these are the antibodies, and another term we call them antigens. Antigens also protein molecules which are present on surface of pathogen which cause the disease in the living beings or human beings. So the antigen and antibodies are very important molecule in the disease reference, because antibodies are fight against the antigen molecules, or antigen are the molecules or proteins which are present on the surface of pathogens. Now we discuss about the transmission mean of pathogens, how the disease are transferred, pathogens are transferred, transformation of pathogen. Pathogens are transferred from one person or from diseased person to healthy person. So it will be divided in two parts. First we call them direct transmission. Direct transmission. And second one we call them indirect transmission. Direct transmission means pathogens directly transfer from diseased person to healthy person. Indirect transmission it means the pathogens are not directly transmitted. They are used indirect ways such as the vectors and other things for the transmission of diseases. So first of all we discuss about the direct transmission. So direct transmission it means pathogens are transferred directly through the contact, through direct contact. Second, they are transmitted through the animal bite or animal biting. Now, next, the disease transfer through the placenta. Through placenta. Placenta is the structure which is present between fetus and the mother body, or embryo and mother body, through which it obtained the nourishment from the mother body. So if the disease transfer through the placenta, we call them placental transportation or transfer. And now next is we call them droplet transfer, droplet, droplet transmission. In the case of droplet transmission, the pathogens are transferred from diseased person to healthy person through the droplet infection. Droplet are the minute water molecule, water droplets which carry the pathogens. So they are very tiny water droplets which carry the pathogens. Thanks for today. Have a nice day.